Windsor is a vibrant, dynamic community with a wide array of intriguing businesses and interesting people. See what new businesses are coming to town. Hear about restaurants you haven't been to before. Learn the latest tips and tricks of technology. Find out what's happening around town. Get it all here on Windsor Today.
Hi, I'm Jane Garibay, Executive Director of the Windsor Chamber of Commerce.
And I'm Marty McMahon, President of the Windsor Chamber of Commerce, and welcome to Windsor Today. Today's episode is sponsored by Network Imaging. On today's episode, we're going to have our Grab a Bite with Paula Pierce at the Union Street Tavern. We're going to have the Discover Technology with John Waveris over at Loomis Chaffee School. We'll have a History Minute with Christine Ermens from the Historical Society. We'll also have interview Lori Hartman from the Town Building Commission, or Public Building, to talk about the Target Center up on Kennedy Road. And then we'll interview Paula Pierce to talk about Red Rose Tea. And also Gloria McMahon will have our business beat. So what's going on in town?
Gee, we have a couple of exciting events coming up in December. We have the Carol Sing on December 7th. That's a Thursday evening, and it's an old-fashioned Carol Sing. The AME Zion Church Children's Choir and the Trinity School Children's Choir will be singing, and we have Karen Resch back with her puppets and to lead the Carol Sing. We do this, Marty, in partnership with First Town Downtown and the Town of Windsor Recreation Department, and it's just a really nice evening. And if you're interested, again, there's information on the website if you forget after you watch this. And we also have the Torchlight Parade on that Saturday, which is the 9th, and we work with the Windsor Volunteer Fire Department, Tom Dillon. We work together. We get fire trucks from across the state, South Windsor, Glastonbury, Blue Hills, Windsor. They all come with their fire trucks decorated in lights. And the interesting piece is we now have businesses like Four Seasons Landscaping, the Town of Windsor, and others that also decorate their trucks, cars, golf carts, whatever it is, to do a parade through the center of town. Then we come back here, actually, and there's a huge bonfire, and Windsor Federal is the presenting sponsor, and there's free donuts and hot chocolate for everyone who comes. Great.
I should point out, we're at the train station here in town, and on the other side of the tracks behind the Old Parks Department is where the bonfire is, so that's a great event for the town. I've got a few announcements, some chamber news. Art and Soul Gallery and Studio will have a hand-painted glass class on November 10th. Lizelle Crowley is the owner and instructor. She will also, on November 18th, have a sterling wire jewelry class. And again, there's more information on that on our website. Also, the First Church in Windsor will be having a Seasons of the Spirit Bible study on November 6th. And also at the First Church, they've put together a labyrinth walk, and that's going to be on display starting September 25th. So it's been on display through the spring. And I know I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but it's based on a labyrinth that was discovered at Cartes Cathedral in France. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And now we have Grab a Bite with Paula Pierce. Paula will be visiting with Kevin Farley over at Union Street Tavern.
Hi, this is Paula Pierce for Grab a Bite, and I'm here today at Union Street Tavern, a brand new establishment here in Windsor at 20 Union Street, a familiar address to many, including myself, but a whole new destination. I'm here with Kevin Farley, the General Manager of Union Street Tavern. Hi, Kevin. Thanks for having us here today.
Thanks for coming.
Hey, this is a great place. The decor is beautiful. I'd like to talk a little bit about the menu and the new menu items that you have. Can you give us a little information on that?
The menu style is an American cuisine style, so middle of the road kind of stuff, nothing fancy, nothing too low scale. Just has your basic, almost a higher end pub fare with your wings, your quesadilla, spring rolls, we offer
kebabs, I hear.
Kebabs, yes.
Sounds great.
Also, you have soups, yes, with salads, wraps, and sandwiches and entrees. So a little touch of something for everybody that they can come in and enjoy.
That sounds great. And you also have to-go food. I hear you can order ahead and pick up.
Yes, you can. Try to offer people, so if you can't eat here, you can enjoy it at your home or at your office. That's what you do.
I like that option. Very useful. Also, do I understand that you're open 7 days a week? What kind of time frame are you open?
Open 7 days a week, Sunday through Thursday, open 11 o'clock for lunch lunch and close at 10 o'clock for a menu. But we have full bar menu, full bar from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. And on weekends, on Friday and Saturday, we have 11 to 11 for menu and to 2 o'clock for the bar.
So what kind of beers and alcoholic beverages should we expect at this wonderful tavern?
For the alcohol, we offer a lot of great selections of vodkas, gin, rum, tequilas, all that good stuff. Also the beers on tap is Guinness is our #1 draft. It's a very big Guinness town, and we have Bass Ale for black and tans. We have Bud Light, we have Long Trail, Sam Adams, and a Windmere Wheat Beer. We offer a little selection for everybody as well as bottled beers we have. So, and we also offer wine, nice selection of wine, Pinot Grigios, Merlot, Cabernets, and all that.
A little bit of everything for all tastes, really, it sounds like. Also, you have 2 floors at your location, so you're serving lunch and dinner on both floors?
Yes, we are.
Accommodate what kind of...
Well, the downstairs is more of a, say, a bar feel. More, I'm sure people like the booths and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Upstairs is more of a little dining, quieter place upstairs. So people do enjoy both places, but, so we do enjoy it. But the food's coming from downstairs, so it's actually 3 floors, so it's a long transfer from the first floor and second floor and all that. But it works out well. We're still in the process of trying to accommodate the upstairs for the sound, and so that people enjoy it a little bit better. And so that it's not too noisy for them to enjoy their meals when they're here. That's
great. And you can come in and enjoy the TV. You've got news or ball games on or whatever, I suppose. We've got 2 big screen TVs here and more upstairs, I believe.
Yeah, there's 1 40-inch we just put upstairs just so that it's something upstairs to make the room more of a good feel to it.
Very nice. Anything else people should know about Union Street Tavern?
That we are open. A lot of people don't know we're open. Not a lot of marketing like right now, but we are open for lunch. We have some people don't know that we're open for lunch, and we're open all day long for hours. We don't close the kitchen between 2 and 4 or whatever, so we're open all day long for food. Get the full menu anytime you want. A lot of people come down already and enjoy the food, enjoy the atmosphere. It's a great new spot. We have a patio that's still being used right now to enjoy some food or cocktails. So, I mean, just come on down, check us out. It's just a new place in Windsor, a different feel, and just trying to give everyone something to enjoy to go in Windsor.
That's great. And you're open in the evenings, which is really helpful in this area. Also, I've got to ask, desserts?
Desserts. We have some great desserts. I'm in the process of getting my dessert menu kind of built and made. But we have homemade apple pie. We have a chocolate explosion, which is pure chocolate. It's like the best chocolate I've ever had in my entire life.
Okay. Can we have one of those? Or?
Yes, we can. I'll give you one after the show. We also have a cheesecake of the day. And we also have a cookie monster, which is a chocolate cookie with ice cream and fudge on top.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to be here, several times a week. I'm sure you'll see me.
Yes,
thanks so much, Kevin, for having us here today.
Thanks for coming.
And now over to John Wavers with Tech Discovery at Loomis Chaffee School with Ed Kirk talking about alternative energy sources.
Hi, I'm John Wavers with Technology Discovery, and I'm here with Ed Kirk over at Loomis Chaffee to talk about solar panels and the cool things you're doing here.
Okay, well, solar panels aren't new to Loomis. We've had these since probably the mid-70s. We purchased those through the assistance of a federal grant, and we use them to preheat water to make our domestic hot water.
How much do you think that saves? 10%?
For us, that's probably about $25,000 to $50,000 a year.
Wow, that's a lot of gasoline or whatever's using it.
Yeah, we would be burning natural gas or heavy oil.
Oh yeah.
So it's always nice when we can burn less heavy oil.
Yeah. Now I hear a machine in the background. What's that noise I hear?
2 years ago, Loomis installed a cogeneration plant. It's a reciprocating engine and generator. It produces all of our electrical needs. And it's called cogeneration because in addition to the electrical, we capture the heat that it gives off, and we put that to use as well. The exhaust from the engine we make steam with, and we use steam around campus to heat other hot water, and directly for some of our kitchen equipment uses steam. And then the jacket water, like the radiator on your car, heats other things for us.
Cool.
So we if you just took natural gas and produced electricity, you're about 30% of the efficiency of the natural gas, of the energy in to the electricity out. Our unit's about 65% efficient because we use the waste heat.
Oh, wow.
We have 400 students who live here and another 80 families who live here. We consume a lot of electricity and a lot of water. And so we've taken steps. We're also a school, so from an educational standpoint, we're very environmentally aware. And we've taken steps to conserve, not just be more efficient in how we consume our energy, but also how we actually use the energy in the dormitories and the houses. And we've changed out pretty much all of our incandescents now with compact fluorescents. And initially there was a lot of concern that they were going to flicker, take too long to come up to full brightness, or they wouldn't be good for reading. Some of the concerns people had with the original fluorescents that came out. But these are the spiral compact fluorescents that you screw in. They cost about $1, $1.50, and over their lifetime they'll save us about $70, $75. After we started putting them in, people were, where can I get these? How can I get more? It was quite the different reaction than we've gotten with earlier energy conservation projects. On the water conservation, because we have students here, we want to teach them about conservation in the area of water as well, even though in New England our water replenishes faster than we use it. There's a lot of parts of the world that's not the case, a lot of parts of the United States that's not the case. So we've implemented energy-saving faucet aerators and energy-saving shower heads that go from normal 5 gallons a minute to about a half a gallon a minute.
Cool. Now, and I wanted to mention this year there's really good tax incentives for individuals. Now, and it's different for an organization like this, but check with the IRS. I think it's a tax credit that's quite substantial.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that we encourage our students to do. We have 300-day students that they can do at their houses. You can get the screw-in fluorescents. Really, you can save probably about a third of your electric bill just by doing the 5 most used lights in your house. We are embarking on a project. We hope to have it funded for this summer to also produce cooling with our plant. There's absorption chillers that use the evaporative process to create cooling. You might remember in your camper of days gone by where you had a natural gas or a propane refrigerator. It uses that same process, and then our system would be called trigeneration.
Cool.
And it would also bring our efficiencies up to about 85%.
And before we go, I want to talk about this little device that's something that you can bring home and start playing with energy usage. It's called a kilowatt. I bought this online for about $25, $30, and I also went through the house and measured. This is to measure how much electricity the device uses, and I went through the house and measured everything that we have, and I don't know if you have any comments on these.
The thing that's really important with trying to conserve energy is knowing what you're consuming now. If you don't know where you're spending your electricity dollars, it's really hard to make educated guesses on what to turn off or what to use less of. And these devices are really good.
Ed, thank you very much.
We're here today with Lori Hartman from Development Services from the town of Windsor, and Lori's going to give us an explanation on what's going on Kennedy Road up by the Target. Welcome, Lori.
Hi, thank you very much.
So what's going on up there?
Well, we're getting lots of questions. Everybody's calling, wants to know what's happening. Right now, this is Kennedy Road right here in the interstate. Stop and Shop is over here, and Target that just opened this past week is right here. All this dirt that's being moved around in this area, that is a Chili's. That's for sure. Chili's restaurant. They have got a foundation permit with us. The final design, they have about 14 different designs, and they're working with Eric Bars, our town planner, to get the proper design that's going to fit with Windsor in the area. The
Now,
other
when you say foundation permit, that means
Right.
literally they have a permit to put in the
Right,
foundation.
exactly. The final details of how it's going to look are being worked out, but
Great.
they're moving it right ahead.
Great.
The other thing we have the foundation permit in for is the, well, I hate to call it a strip mall, but that's kind of what it is. It's connected to Target. There are going to be 10 retail stores there. This is one of their conceptual designs about what it's going to look like. Here is Target at this end, and there will be 10 stores between Chili's and the Target.
You put some example stores up there, right? These aren't definite.
They're not definite, definitely not. They're just there for the conceptual plan.
Sure.
Some of them are possible, but there's nothing signed, nobody's signed on the dotted lines.
Okay.
But we're confident that all 10 spaces are going to be filled up. And once again, it might not look exactly like this. Eric is working with them. They want to make sure the whole area kind of blends take some elements from the Stop and Shop in that area and Target and Chili's. It's going to look very nice. We're going to make sure of that.
Who owns the property?
Who owns the property? I don't know that answer.
Okay. Do we know who the developer is on the property?
It's called Kennedy Road Marketplace,
Okay.
and there's quite a few people, large contractors involved.
Now, what's this up here, Lori?
Okay, well, this is Stop and Shop right here. When you come in, this is Chili's that's under construction that you see. This area right here, we're thinking it's going to be a bank. I'm not exactly sure at some point. There's another pad over here that's not on the drawing board. It's out there at some further point. And back here behind Stop and Shop, this is for future development. There may be another large store back here. So it's really going to be a very thriving area. And very convenient for those of us that want to shop here in town and without running to the malls in Enfield or Manchester.
That's right. What's the time frame look like as far as the foundations in completion?
I believe some people are interested in moving in like the 1st of May, from what I've understood.
It's amazing how fast these things go up.
It is. It's all going to depend on what kind of winter we have. Chili's, not obviously. You can cut that out.
Go right ahead. Keep going.
Chili's maybe sooner than that.
Okay. I also heard there's a new thing inside of Target.
Well, it is. There's a Starbucks in
That's
there,
right.
and there's a Pizza Hut, and Target has a B and C store. And this is one of their A stores. They have just like Chili's has 15 different types of chilies. This is their A store. This is the best that Target puts out.
And I've heard, though, that they're still going to have their popcorn, so we're all set in that regard.
I've heard that, too.
Is there anything else you wanted to comment, or?
No, we're very busy up there in development services
Yeah.
with the ING and the Walgreens and Price Chopper. Lots of things are happening in Windsor.
Well, the town of Windsor and your department has gotten a lot of great press lately, and it's well deserved, and we'd like to thank you for coming today to Windsor today.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you. And now over to Gloria McMahon with our Business Beat section.
Hi, I'm Gloria McMahon from Prudential Connecticut Realty in Windsor, and I'm with the Chamber of Commerce Business Beat, and today we're here with Jim Morrissey at J. Morrissey & Company here in Windsor. Hi, Jim.
Gloria, how are you, and welcome.
Good, thank you. Thank you for being here with us today. Can you tell us a little bit about your company?
Thanks for asking. Love to. J. Morrissey and Company. We incorporated back in 1986. We incorporated in Hartford, Connecticut. We're celebrating our 20th year in business. We are an executive search and staffing company.
Wonderful. And what brought you here to Windsor?
We, after 20 years in business, we were looking for a building to buy, to own. And we looked in the greater Hartford area. And frankly, we saw this building. We have a multitude of clients here in Windsor. But we saw this building, fell in love with the building, and decided this would be our new home.
Well, it's a gorgeous building. Anyone should come and take a look at it.
Thanks.
Can you tell us a little bit about the recruiting positions that you have, that you recruit for in your company?
Happy to, thanks. We cover on both a executive search and temporary staffing arena. We cover healthcare, from physicians to medical assistants, nurses, everywhere in between. From a financial perspective, we cover CFOs, right through controllers, right through staff accountants and accounting clerks.
Oh, wonderful.
On the world of information technology, the same, from chief information officers right down to your developers and programmers, and from the office administrative support area, all facets of that as well.
Wow. What's the hottest job out there today?
Well, it's good to be a nurse right now. It's good to be a business analyst right now.
Okay.
It's good to be an auditor right now. So in the various disciplines. So it's a good marketplace out there.
Great. Anything else you want to tell us about the company?
Well,
Or you yourself?
I'm pleased that you're here, and I'm pleased that we're chatting. Thank you. Windsor, firstly, has been wonderful to us. They have made us so welcome. Town Hall next door has been just absolutely terrific. Peter Souza, Jim Burke, and company have done a great job for us. Dan Farina, many thanks to him for bringing us into this building. He did a great job. But our industry is a fascinating and dynamic and fun one. I was the chairman of the National Association back in 1998. And as such, I traveled the country and met other people in other firms within our industry, and we all have a passion for it. We all love it. It's just really been terrific, and it's been good to us.
How many employees do you have here at the company?
There are 23 employees between here in Windsor and up in Springfield, Massachusetts.
And I was going to say you have another office,
we do
right?
have an office up in Springfield. It's a wonderful office run by some talented people as well.
Wonderful.
We have time now where the demographics are working such that there are people graduating out of the workforce, and less people coming through the workforce. Yeah, so we're in a position now where we're looking forward to really helping our clients developing that staffing model and staffing plan for long-term planning so that they have succession plans.
As a resident of our Windsor town, should clients come in here with their resumes to try to get into a company, or is it better for them to contact the companies themselves and have them recruit through there?
Well, I'll share with you a neat story.
Okay.
Claudia, who is our customer service representative, that's what we call our receptionist, front desk person, if you will. Claudia, the week we moved in here, came and knocked on our door and said, "Hi, I've been in Windsor all my life. I know the community. I'm wondering if you're hiring." And so we spent time with Claudia that first day, and it didn't take long to make the decision that she was the right person for us. She knew the environment, she knew the building, she knew the town. She's been invaluable in helping us. So she's an example of that. But yes, if people are looking for a position, come in, spend some time with us. We welcome people into this beautiful building, and we've been very successful in developing relationships with people.
Hello, we're in front of the Windsor train station, and I'm going to be talking to Paula Pierce about our Red Rose Tea function coming up. Paula, tell us a little bit about what's going on this coming weekend.
Sure. It's the Red Rose Tea Fair featuring Wade figurines. And if you don't know what Wade figurines are, Wade is a company in England who creates little porcelain figurines and other items out of porcelain, and people all over the world collect them.
Okay.
Red Rose Tea, which you may know, you can get it at local stores, Geisler, Stop and Shop, etc., actually has the little figurines in the boxes. So you buy a box of tea, you get a figurine, and they come in sets. So you can collect the different sets to complete each one. The one out now is the Pet Shop.
What's their connection with Windsor?
Redco Foods, the maker of Red Rose Tea, is actually located in Windsor.
Okay. And what are some of the functions that are going to go on during the weekend?
There's a lot going on. The main attraction, of course, is the fair itself, which is going on Saturday and Sunday, starting at 10 a.m.
Okay.
And while that's going on, there are a lot of other things happening. So during the fair up at the Hilton Garden Inn in Windsor, we're also having speakers throughout the day. So we've got representatives from the UK, from Wade. We've got authors from Canada who write some of the Wade collectible books. And we've also got Catherine Hunt from the Connecticut Historical Society to discuss the history of ceramics in Connecticut.
Now, I understand there's going to be some other functions going on around town. Could you describe that to us?
Absolutely right. We're excited about some of those activities. One of the main activities that we're going to have is at 3:30 on Saturday at the Windsor Historical Society, and it's a let's see, officially it's called a Victorian Tea Party.
Okay.
And there's a Victorian dress lady that attends the party and explains Victorian dress very graphically by starting, I believe, in her bloomers and adding layers as she goes, explaining what the layers were for, how they were worn, and also things like courting rituals and the language of fans, fanning yourself, what you meant when you held a fan a certain way in a courtship ritual.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
It's a lot of fun.
What other stops is the bus going to make?
Yeah, we're having a shuttle. I'm glad you mentioned that,
Okay.
Marty. We're having a shuttle that'll run from the Hilton Garden Inn on Corporate Drive off of Day Hill, and it's going to go around town in a loop throughout the day on Saturday from 10 till 6 p.m.
Okay.
And on that loop are going to be different stops, including the tea fair at Windsor Historical Society. And I don't have these in order, but we're also doing a children's tea is being held at the Beanery Bistro in the morning, 2 seatings. And then we've got other locations such as Bill Selig Jewelers, who is offering tea leaf reading. There's going to be an authentic tea leaf reader at Bill Selig Jewelers that day, I believe most of the day. And you can sign up to get your tea leaves read, and they're also offering a free Wade figurine with any purchase. In addition, there's so many stops, I hope I get them all in.
Sure.
We've also got Creative Fibers up on Pequannock, and they're offering tea cozies, displays, knitting items with tea-themed accents.
Okay.
So that's a lot of fun. Something I'd like to point out is that it's a collectibles fair for Wade figurines, but it's also tea-related since Red Rose is a major sponsor.
Is this going to be open for Windsor residents?
Oh, absolutely. We've got people signing up from all over the country and out of Canada. Some of our vendors are from the UK, but people from Windsor are certainly welcome to come. We want you to come to our activities and to the fair. I think I left a few of our stops out. If you don't mind, I'll go back.
Sure.
We're also going to have Patty's Treasures open on the shuttle stop that day on Saturday, and they're offering a selection of teas and tea-related items, collectibles. We're also having what else are we having?
Union Street. Is there something going on Union Street?
Union Street Antiques, thank you.
That's
yes,
right.
Union Street is also having some activities going on that day, and they'll be on the stop line as well. In the evening, we're working on a play, a tea-related humorous play that will be in town, so that'll be on the line as well. And I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, and I apologize, but all this information is on the website at windsorcc.org. Click on the little Red Rose Tea Fair icon, and you'll get all the information, the schedules, the sign-up forms, everything.
One last piece. Isn't there a dinner on Friday night?
Yes, there's a welcome dinner on Friday night. It's a buffet up at the Hilton. It's $35, and besides the buffet, it also includes some other things. There's going to be 5 free tickets included in your dinner price, and that goes for the teacup auction.
Okay.
We're going to have a teacup auction with all kinds of different items that you can put your tickets in.
Great.
And whichever, one name is picked out at the end to win each of the prizes.
Who's the keynote speaker at that?
We have Don Trinks, the mayor of Windsor, is going to be speaking, and we
Okay.
also have the GM of Redco Foods speaking that night briefly.
Excellent.
And also with your ticket for the dinner, you receive a free Wade figurine.
Excellent. Well, I'd like to thank Paula for giving us a great explanation of what's going on this weekend, and hopefully you folks will make it down there. Again, look at our website for more information. Thanks.
And let's visit with Christine Ermans, Executive Director of the Windsor Historical Society, to see what she has to tell us today in the Historical Minute.
Hi there, I'm Christine Ermans. I'm Director of the Windsor Historical Society, and I'd like to welcome you to this moment in history. I'm standing here with Sam Hinckley, who is President of the First School Society, and we're standing in the Palisado Cemetery, which is really a wonderful, one of the most significant sites in Windsor's historic district, because what you have here is actually, you can think about it as an outdoor museum. There are gravestones here from 4 centuries. The oldest gravestone in Connecticut is right here in Palisado Cemetery. And it's a place really where art and history meet. There's a lot of history on the inscriptions on the gravestones, people's dreams, people's hopes, people's beliefs, how people died. You see an awful lot of gravestones of women who died in childbirth, an awful lot of children's gravestones, which really kind of tear at your part because of the infant mortality that was so prevalent in the 17th, 18th, and early 19th centuries. It's also a place where art is all around you because these gravestones are beautifully, beautifully carved. There were any number of gravestone carvers practicing all up and down the Connecticut Valley, and we have many of them represented in this graveyard here. The other thing I'd like to let people know is that this is a sacred spot too. This is where people come to grieve, to think about the people that they've lost. And so while we welcome visitors to these grounds, we hope that you will respect other people who will be here remembering, again, relatives. We ask that people don't take gravestone rubbings because the stones themselves are so fragile. But we do hope that you'll take a look around one of Windsor's most wonderful historic sites right in the heart of Windsor's historic district. Now, this cemetery is administered by the First School Society, and I have Sam Hinckley, who's the president of the First School Society, standing right next to me to tell you a little bit about First School Society and give you his perspective on this marvelous historical site that they all administer. Sam.
Thank you, Christine. Yes, the First School Society administers the Palisado Cemetery and also Riverside Cemetery in Windsor. And we're very fortunate to have here some historic markers, as Christine indicated. We're actually standing right in front of the Roger Wolcott, what we call a table stone. Roger Wolcott was born in 1769 in Windsor, and he is a former governor of the state of Connecticut. He was also a general in the Revolutionary War. As I think Christine also mentioned, we're not far from the Reverend Hewitt stone, which is the oldest stone in Connecticut, the oldest gravestone in Connecticut, and that dates back to 1644. So please come and visit the cemetery. It's a beautiful place, and we're very proud of it.